Hey Starseeds, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do an energy reading for you for pretty much the current energies and for about the next 30 days. So this message is timeless for whenever you find it. If you find this message 30 days from now, then this will be good. This information will be good for the next 30 days from there. The reason I wanted to do a check-in, we had a huge spike in the Schuman Resonance last week. It was off the charts. And so over the weekend, you might have been feeling some ascension symptoms, stomach issues, headaches, tiredness, overall crankiness, or all of the above, like myself. So if you're feeling a little out of sorts or had some weird symptoms kind of hit you out of the blue, that is why. So no need to panic. There's just some increased energy going on, and it is certainly affecting Starseeds. So let's jump in and see what your overall energy looks like. All right. So first out, we have the Whale and Orca Elders. We have the Void. We have the Blue Flame, Big Picture, and Called. All right, so let's see what is going on here with the overall energies. Okay, so first up, we've got the Whale and Orca Elders, and so yeah, this has been energy that I was picking up overall for the collective this week, actually. So it's kind of interesting, but this week's energy I felt was very like self-driven energy. And what I mean by that is like focus on the self, going inward, diving deep, like this card mentions, really tuning into your own frequency and what resonates with you, what works for you. Actually, you know, taking time this week to really put yourself first, to put your needs first, and the things that are important to you. So yeah, that energy is definitely going to be very strong for you, Starseeds. Next we have the Void. All right, yes. Yeah, so what I'm getting with this is very similar to this energy here, going inward, but really I feel things have been kind of on pause. It's interesting when I did the overall energy, you know, just to kind of start tapping into a little more deeper into the Starseed energy before I started the reading. I really got this sense that like things are kind of a little bit on pause and there are like some really big changes coming, and I feel it with this card. Things may seem kind of slow, kind of dark, unsure, not clear on the way forward, not clear on the path. They just seem kind of like, I don't want to say blah, but it's just like not much is going on, which, you know what, sometimes that's good because you never know what is right around the corner. So I think it is, you know, great to have those moments, to kind of have some peace. And so it's really about embracing that because you never know what's coming next. And again, I feel there are some big changes coming. Yeah. And it's interesting. This next card, the Blue Flame, this is all about awakening, activations, integrations. And that's a lot of what was coming through with this Schuman Resonance spike. Lots of activations, upgrades. Some of you, it's weird. I feel like this doorway, this portal, like stepping through a portal, maybe kind of up leveling of skills in a certain way, maybe a deeper connection to your Starseed nature. You'll need to, you know, take it as it resonates, but it's interesting. 3 of these cards, actually the next 2 do as well, have a doorway and a portal. And it was interesting. Now that I'm saying this is really funny because I had a dream about a portal last night. So that's really kind of interesting. But yeah, stepping through into something new. But yes, much awakening, lots of activations, and that's where those ascension symptoms come in. So you know, for it hits everybody differently. You know, your ascension symptoms could be a day, they could be weeks. It's, you know, it is different for everybody. The thing is to just flow with it, let it be, don't judge it. Don't try to like, oh my gosh, I have to get over this. If you're tired, sleep. If you're hungry, eat. If you're cranky, just be cranky. You know, we're allowed to be cranky from time to time, you know. This is a big mission we have here on this planet. And, you know, it was kind of funny because Saturday I was feeling the symptoms big time. And I had this shirt on that had a UFO on it. It said anywhere but here. And I had to go meet my family and they like looked at my shirt and I was like, yes, this describes my mood here today perfectly. It's just, this is a tough mission sometimes. All right, so we've got big picture thinking. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is important to step back, see the big picture, remind ourselves why we came here, why we thought this was a good idea, because we did, and it really is, but sometimes it's hard to remember that. But I really feel, you know, you guys really starting to get inspired by your uniqueness. I feel like sometimes it's hard because you feel very separate from people, very different from people, and it feels very apparent on most days. You know, it can be hard to jive and align with people who don't look at things the same way that you do, but I really see a coming together. I see, you know, more inspiration and kind of more alignment with that energy. There's also a lot of Palladian energy coming through here with this card. So if you, you know, are a Palladian Starseed, you might have a stronger connection to your star family at this time. They may be really coming through with messages really around you at this time, helping to guide you and push you forward and really showing that they have your back. So pay attention to those signs. All right, then we've got called. Yep. Yeah, a lot of us are being called. It's time to step up. It's time to use those gifts. Again, I mean, so much of this walking through the doorway, you know, and it's weird because I get this feeling that it's like, yeah, we're here. We're kind of present, but we're not really, I don't feel like I'm getting this sense that most of us are just not fully engaged right now. I mean, there's so much garbage going on this planet right now that it's like really easy to want to disconnect from it. But I feel this need for us to step forward, a need for our energy. And even if we're not like, oh, I'm a starseed, blah, 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 you can still be using your energy to help other people, to elevate the situation, bring light to things. But it's for a lot of us, it's time to step up. You know, you've been in training, you've been kind of nurturing your gifts. Things kind of, you know, have been coming online slowly because, you know, we can't handle all this energy at once, you know, all these little upgrades and everything and all these, you know, this remembering of all these things we carry with us and these, you know, past life things and just all this information that we carry with us. But I really feel this need to be coming forward in a new way. All right, so that's the overall energy. Now let's dig in a little bit more and find out what is coming towards you guys. What kind of things can we expect here? All right, what can the Starseeds expect? What do we... Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Akashic Records is first up here. So for a lot of you, this is releasing entanglements with past lives. Yeah, really clearing things out. I never want to say clearing karma because I don't feel that we incur karma kind of the same way as other people do in this space, but there are definitely lessons that we're learning here on this journey. And, you know, more so I feel like it's information and things that knowledge and things that we carry with us from our starseed incarnations that is really important here in this time. And so I feel like for a lot of you, that information it's like this open book. It's just gonna, I feel like, start flowing in. And as you get these upgrades and things, I feel like these, gifts and things, knowledge that you will be using will start becoming a little more clear, become a little more evident. And it's really going to start coming to the forefront. They got me focusing on this clearing old stories. Okay, they said it's in relation to what I said earlier about... remind me, please. Remind me. Sorry. Hold on for a second. They're giving me some information here about not being engaged. Okay, so like a new level of engagement then, and kind of clearing out narratives about how we feel about this incarnation, and feeling more free in the way that we carry on with our energy moving forward. I like that. I like that. That's good energy. Okay. Yeah. So embracing it a little bit more again, like I said up here, not hiding it so much. I mean, again, we don't need to be running around saying, oh, we're starseeds, because most people, to be honest, don't really understand what that means. Or, I think that's really changed a lot, but there are still a lot of people that don't even believe in extraterrestrials and UFOs and things like that. I mean, that has changed a lot. And I feel like even energy's changed a lot. People are much more receptive to it. But you're going to be a little more free with how you carry yourself in that manner, and some of the naysaying about this incarnation will kind of clear up a little bit. I know I'm guilty of that. All right, Heart of Source. Oh, yeah. Really connecting to love, acceptance, finding an inner peace and inner serenity, understanding the connection of all that is and how things intertwine and inner work. Yeah, like a new appreciation for the cycle, the wheel. They were showing me this spinning. It's interesting. There seems to be this real energy of a whole new appreciation. And when I was tapping into the fact that change is coming, for a lot it might be, with your frame of mind, energy. I say this in my general readings all the time. Energy can be very subtle. I mean, sometimes ascension symptoms aren't so subtle, but for the most part, energy is pretty subtle. And when we say change is coming, it's not like your world's going to get flipped upside down. I mean, that does happen from time to time, but it's usually these subtle little changes that, keep accumulating to one big thing. But there's this real coming together that I'm sensing. I feel more starseeds connecting with each other too. Ooh, I use this deck all the time, and I've never had this card come out. Sword of Light. I love that it says breakthrough energy, because it feels, again, like a new way of thinking, a new way of processing this energy, this light, this information. But it's also about protection. We are definitely divinely protected. But there's a real truth behind this card. There's a real power behind this card. We've got lots of yellow and orange, very strong solar plexus energy here. But really, standing in our truth, standing in our power. Again, it's just like this whole 180 of the way of thinking, because I think sometimes it's hard to stay in your power as a starseed when you're not out in the open. It's not like, what's a good example? I guess the best thing I can, I've said it before in readings before, coming out of the starseed closet, it's like, gay and lesbian, men and women coming out of the closet, that's much more accepted. And that's a wonderful thing. And I feel like for Starseeds, it's kind of the same thing. You know, you spend all this time hiding in the shadows and hiding who you are because people don't understand you or they don't get it. And I feel like that's really changing. It's almost like this feeling of like, it's going to be understood how important we are, is what they're giving me. Gosh, lots of Pleiadian energy here. That's crazy. Yeah, more Pleiadian energy. So yeah, the connection to the Pleiades right now is very, very strong. This again is about coming together, harmony, resolution, alignment. Connection to the stars. Yeah, so they just gave me that some of us will be spreading a message of that connection to the stars and how important it is and what it really means. I don't know if any of you guys watch that show, Ancient Aliens. I'm obsessed with it. It kind of reminds me of that, you know, them putting that message out there, and especially with it coming in right next to the sword of light, because, you know, I always think of swords, truth, communication, like in the tarot, and it's interesting that that's right next to it. And so for a lot of you, you may be finding a platform or a way of really communicating that message and really, yeah, just, you know, because I think people have such a negative connotation when they think about UFOs and extraterrestrials. It's all about abduction. You know, it's like this fear that's been crammed down our throats. They gave me fear for the overall energy. That's interesting. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so yeah, they cram all this fear down everybody's throat, and it's like, yeah, okay, you know, there's good and bad with everything. I mean, look at this planet. There's good and bad here, and same thing with, you know, extraterrestrials. There's good and bad there too, but most of it is really good, and the parts that are really great, like, are so amazing that, like, it would be nice for people to, like, understand that. You know, when that fear narrative gets pushed, it literally makes me insane. Like, literally makes me insane. Like this new UAP thing. It's like, oh my gosh. Like, now all of a sudden you want to call it something different to deflect. Like, it literally makes me insane. And so I really feel for a lot of you that this truth, you know, it's interesting. This card's very blue. This truth, the speaking, the coming forward with this information and really educating people. Yeah, this book, educating people, giving people knowledge about what this is really all about, I feel is very important for some of you. Oh my gosh, and we've got the divine matrix here, more interconnectedness, synchronicities. Yeah, the connection points through here, connection, coming together, acceptance, serenity. I mean, I really feel this energy of, if you're not in a place where you're accepting of your starseed nature, you're certainly going to be. And if people around you aren't, they are going to be. It's interesting. Circle, 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 circle. Wheel of life. Cycles. Yeah, it feels like a new cycle where this is much more accepted. It's more in the forefront. You guys are out there, you know, stepping forward with this energy, stepping forward with these concepts, with this truth, to bring things into alignment, to bring things together, to connect things. Because I don't think most people, especially not people who are not spiritual, I don't think they really understand the interconnectedness, the oneness. I mean, even though we're starseeds, we're here living this out just like everybody else. We've decided to join the party too. So we're all having a 3D experience here. Very interesting. Okay, very interesting. Hold on, I just want to see if they want to give me anything else before we move on here. Anything else? Yeah, I'm getting very Wheel of Fortune energy, change, but change for the good, change for, yeah, harmony, resolution, like we talked about in this card. Very exciting energy. I really like this. All right. How about any advice for all the Starseeds moving forward here? Any advice for them? You want that? Okay, they want that. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is very appropriate. Ground your light. Let your soul shine. Yes. Number one, I mean, I know we all like to be connected to that higher dimensional energy. It's beautiful and blissed out and wonderful. I did a higher dimensional energy channel reading a couple weeks ago, and I was like giggling and laughing through the whole entire thing. And I was like, oh, everybody must be really annoyed by this. But when you connect into that energy, it always feels so good. But it's also important to be, grounded to Gaia, also to ground your light here. Again, sharing that light, sharing the message, but really shining, stepping out of the shadows, stepping forward and letting other people see your light and see your gifts and your potential. And yeah, just what information and knowledge and energy you have to bring here. Ooh. All right, we've got Between Worlds. Now this is generally a card of movement here with this turtle. And again, I was getting that energy at the beginning of change, and this is about new directions. And so I feel like a lot of us are going to be going in a new direction, maybe a direction we didn't expect. Maybe a direction, we could be a little fearful of, but at the beginning of the reading, the universe said, we've got your back, trust this process, trust any changes that are coming your way. They're always for your highest good. Again, where'd that go? We had divine protection here. I love that this card is right in the middle of the reading. I mean, this card just like keeps calling to me here. It's just so powerful. Your energy is powerful, and I don't know if you guys notice it, but you come into contact with people and they might act a little differently towards you, and it's because they sense your energy and they just don't understand it. Ooh, sacred divinity. There are two paths ahead. Jeez. Yeah, they're doorway, path, knowledge, a bunch of circles, wheels, change, movement. This is very interesting. This is a reminder, that the path you take, though, is ultimately your choice. Even if you recognize that you're a starseed, but you don't feel driven to that path, maybe you don't want to do energy work all the time or talk about this every day or this to be at the forefront of your life. It doesn't have to be, but for some, there are definitely going to be some choices. Hold up for a second here. Definitely some choices, yeah. I want to pull a card on that and clarify what's going on with this Between Worlds and Sacred Divinity. Can you give them anything else on this? Okay. Interesting. Oh, dropping cards. Hold on. Oh, okay. It's very strong feminine energy here. And then we've also got the Devil. So let's see, what else? Hold on. Okay, so let's see what they're saying here about this. New directions and two paths. Yeah, I mean, with this new directions, it's about giving up anything that holds you back, that's not keeping you in your power, that's blocking your connection to the stars. Some of you have really been having to, there's just this strong sense of having to like fight so hard to be in your truth and to guard your energy and really protect yourself. They really want you to trust your intuition to lead you through this. What else on this two paths? What do they need to know about these two paths? Okay, hold up. There's a choice of, you know, the double energy or the star energy. They're saying balance. You can either stay where you're at. How do I say this without this sounding terrible? Gosh. Because again, you don't have to move forward in a star, you know, you don't have to be a loud, out and proud starseed doing energy work, you know, doing all of this stuff. I mean, it was certainly defeats the point of being here, but that's a choice. That's a choice. And so the choice is to either guard your energy, you know, keep your truth in, not share that truth with other people and just be you, or follow your intuition, speak your truth, share your energy. Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, they're saying that that's the path. I mean, you can either kind of, you know, fit in more with the 3D energy, or you can step into your starseed nature and starseed energy. The choice is yours, whether you step through the portal or not, or step through the door, whether you hear the call or not. I mean, my guess is if you're watching this, you're probably hearing the call, but they're saying there is always a choice. There's always a choice. Very interesting. All right, what else do they need to know? Well, I guess that's good advice. You know, it's nice to have a choice. You know, coming here is not easy in and of itself. All right, we've got the Galactic Healer card. What else do they need to know? What other advice do you have for Starseeds? Gosh, I feel like they want that too. No. All right, fine. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. The Galactic Healer. And so, yeah, they're saying move forward with an open mind. Again, it's about trusting the universe. The universe has our backs. We are divinely protected. You know, we're not going to be placed in any situations that can, you know, bring us harm. There's really this sense of tapping into yourself, tapping into your third eye. You know, we had that star card there. But yeah, so they're saying if you want to move forward, you have to do so with an open mind. It's weird. I'm getting the sense they're not obviously going to tell me, you know, what's coming, but with all these portal cards and then everything that's shown up here in the second row and then now this, it really makes me feel like there are some changes coming, and it's not something that we could probably anticipate. And so it is very important to trust the process, flow, trust the universe. And yeah, they want us to stay open-minded, because I think at times it's hard for the 3D mind to wrap our heads around these types of possibilities, because I think, you know, you think in 3D terms sometimes, and there's just so much more there. And, you know, the veil's pretty thick for a lot of us. You know, I don't know about most of you guys, but I can't remember, you know, too much, if anything, about my starseed incarnations. You know, that information is not available to me. I mean, I have some past life things that I've remembered, things like that. Very few, though, because for me personally, I haven't spent many lifetimes on this planet. But yeah, I think sometimes when you're here, you can't really wrap your mind around that. And I don't think that we really should, because we're here to be part of this 3D experience. And yes, anchoring our energy and, you know, light and things like that are very important here. It's more important to be engaged in this. And I think if we knew everything about our past incarnations, you know, and our starseed natures and our star family and, you know, everything that comes along with that, who would want to be here? You know, you'd be off in la la land. I mean, wanting to tap into that energy all the time. I mean, I remember when I, you know, first woke up to being a starseed. Yeah, I wanted to be tapped into that energy all the time. And it's like, well, that defeats the point of being here. You know, you need to tap into that energy, but bring that energy here, not, oh, let's go, you know, astral travel or meditate and, you know, go connect and be off planet and enjoying everything and not enjoying this process here. And so I think it's, you know, it's one of those things that I don't think we're meant to remember. We know there's something there. We know there's something special. And I just feel like it's like right there. It's like coming for us. It's like right there. And it's interesting, this is the next card here because this character is like busting out of the planet, you know? And it's a card of expansion, educate your mind and senses. And so for a couple things here, I mean, one, yes, a real breakthrough with the you know, with your planetary connection and anchoring your energy in the core of your energy to this planet, which is so needed. Again, we had ground your light, let your soul shine. That's like the whole point, you know, that's the whole point of being here. But, you know, again, as they said here earlier, you know, it's your choice whether you walk that path or not. But again, I'm guessing if you're watching this, you're walking that path, or you're trying to find an understanding of that path. Let me know in the comments below. I'd really be interested to know, like, are you fully engaged in this path? Are you like trying to figure it out? Did you maybe just recently wake up and learn you were a starseed and you're trying to navigate? I would be really, really curious to know, you know, what the mix is out there. So yeah, please let me know in the comments. I do read all of the comments, so I will definitely be looking for that. But yeah, there's this real expansion. I feel like this expansion of your power, this expansion of your connectedness to the planet, and I feel like it's that's going to accelerate things and open you up to new experiences. This open your mind and then educate your mind and senses. It's like, again, I feel like it's something that we just, our 3D little brains would not be able to wrap our heads around. You know, this, I feel like once this information is revealed or these things start to come forward, it's going to be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, I get that. Like, that makes sense. But I think at this stage, it's not something that you could be like, oh, this is what's going to happen. I don't think anybody knows. Timelines are always changing. Things are always changing. And so, you know, it's hard to say. But yeah, I really feel this coming online is like the best way I can describe it. Coming online, the connection, like everything just coming together, the connection of us, the planet, other people, it finally lining up and syncing up and coming into alignment. So very interesting energy. I really like this. I really, really like this. I hope this was of interest to you guys, and I hope it resonated for you. Again, let me know in the comments what you think, and you know, kind of where you are on your starseed path here. But I hope you enjoyed this message again. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.